Welcome to Tiger Wolf. I'm Josh, and this is David.
Please be aware, this podcast contains strong language and spoilers. I mean, seriously, yes, a dodge roll is how I shattered my knee, but it got me out of the way of what was falling at me.
Which was what?
Fluorescent bulbs out of a sign.
Really? Do you know how much damage this would have done to you? Far less than your knee.
Yeah, I know, but it was I
You'd
saw
get
them
some cuts.
and I dove.
You'd get some cuts, maybe a little bit of mercury poisoning.
Look, my issue
Mercurial?
was I thought there was going to be grass because where I grew up, there is grass on the side of the road. Where this happened, there were not.
Yeah, they don't have ditches here.
There was rocks.
Yeah, they don't have ditches here.
So that's the problem.
Anyway, welcome to Shitty Game Reviews, Resident Evil 2 Remake. Now, to clarify, as I probably should have for the last episode where we did Lita for Shitty Movie Review, it doesn't mean the movie or game is shitty, it's that we're shitty at doing a review.
Yeah, the shitty is us.
Yeah, we're the shitty ones here. Sometimes it's also the game or movie.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I'm going to let you take this away since you've played it more than I have.
Yeah. So I can actually say, prefacing this, I did play the original. And I've played the remake, which is what we're talking about. Visually, so much better. Like, just, it's something that I don't like about it, but at the same time, it adds so much more to the game, is the dismemberment. If you hit a zombie right with a shot, they lose that limb.
Oh, yeah. I think that adds...
You shoot the face, there's chunks missing.
I think that really added more strategy to it than like the old one had. The old one was like shoot him in the head and you're okay, pretty much.
Oh, I mean, the
might take more than one shot.
You could aim. Technically,
you kind of auto aim to the head if you. Oh, right, because Leon would be all about body shots.
But
it makes sense. But it makes more sense in this one. Like, I like the way they did the zombies comparatively.
Yeah.
From the classic lore of even Resident Evil zombies, of shooting them in the head is how you survive.
You drop them.
It made, in a way, a lot more sense, especially given Matt Pat's theories, that shooting them in the head wouldn't necessarily stop them.
Yeah.
In this, because it makes sense for what we know of the T virus.
Yeah, I also have the thought process of it while playing it is, sure, there are chunks missing out of them from being bitten or whatever. But you also have to think of it as Leon gets there chronologically. The outbreak has only been going on a week.
Right, because he leaves to go there a couple days after losing contact with the police precinct.
Yeah, with the precinct.
And it really looks like the precinct wasn't under control of the zombies for very long.
Yeah.
When he arrives.
The outbreak is literally a week. So these are fresh,
gross zombie things.
Yeah. So, yes, the skin would be slightly decaying.
Pallid.
But at the same time, the bones would still be relatively sturdy.
And the skull is the hardest bone in your body.
Yeah. So.
And not to mention, like, because they're not necessarily undead.
Yeah.
They're zombies, yes, but they're not necessarily, because it's a virus, undead.
In these supernatural.
But the virus is doing, right. The virus is doing to them is more on the nervous system than it is on the brain.
Yeah.
So destroying brain parts aren't necessarily going to stop it.
Yeah. I think it's in Degeneration. Someone makes the comment to Leon. It's one of the animated movies. Takes place after 4.
Mm-hmm.
And Leon is telling it's him and 2 like security guards or like the new stars, the replacement for stars type of people.
Okay.
They're going into the airport, and the guy's like, "So what? Just shoot him in the head?" And Leon goes, "No, you have to sever the connective cord."
Right.
I can't think of
In the nape of the neck, where your nervous system connects to your brainstem.
Yeah, shooting them, the brainstem. You have to damage the brainstem to put them down for good.
Mm-hmm.
Which, thinking back on it, I actually really like the fact that was mentioned in the movie.
Specifically mentioned
in the movie, that happens to have both Leon and Claire in it. And also at this point, someone is talking a lot of crap about Claire in front of Leon, and he looks over and he goes, "You do realize she's one of the few people who survived Raccoon City, right?" And everybody in the room shuts up and just stares at her.
It's also Chris Redfield's little sister. By the way, that's what Leon's like. That's also Chris Redfield's little sister. By the way, that is Chris Redfield's little sister. Just think about everything you say to her might get back to him.
And none of us want none of us want to be on the business end of Chris's pistol or rifle or fist.
I was really afraid of where you're going with that. So there's this creepy photo in the remake that Wesker has locked in a safe
Of Rebecca?
Of Rebecca Chambers. Yes. The person I was watching play it didn't know who it was, so he was like even more creeped out because it just said young new rookie or something, young fresh rookie or something like that on the back of it. What the fuck, Wesker?
Yeah.
She's like 19. Yeah. And you're like 40?
Late 30s, early 40s, I think.
Yeah.
Somewhere around there. It's really hard to keep track of how old Wesker is.
I mean,
Jake is...
It's because he's immortal.
Jake is...
He's only been shot in the face 30,000 times.
I think Jake is mid-30s during 6. Wesker's son. One of the heroes in Resident Evil 6 is...
That would mean...
Wesker's son.
Wouldn't that mean that he would be about Chris's age?
Yeah, give or take. He's a little bit younger than Chris.
So Wesker would probably have to be about 40, at least about 40 in 2.
Yeah.
Because Chris was in his 20s.
Yeah. Early 24?
And so that makes 6 like 20 years later.
Yeah.
Not even 20 years later. 15 years later.
20. No. See, it takes place in 2016. It happened in 98, so 18 years later.
Okay. So roughly between the two numbers we said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, so...
Yeah.
But, like, I didn't remember how terrifying Mr. X was. And I suddenly did.
Oh, they did a really good job with him, I feel. I feel like they did a really good job with him.
You were laughing at me in the library.
You wouldn't fucking listen to me.
No, I wasn't.
I tried that, and I was like, but did you try it again? Not everything works the first time.
Everything should work the first time.
Nothing ever works the first time. That's why we end up with revisions and, things working properly.
But, like, when Mr. X first showed up, I'm going around I go in the hall, turn the corner, see him lift the helicopter. I only see his feet. I turn around, run back outside.
Yeah, I know. I was there. It was great.
And I'm like...
Wait, no, was I there?
No, you weren't there for the first time when he initially shows up.
Right.
I'm standing on the balcony. I'm waiting for him to come out the door. Nothing. And Kat's like, maybe he has to see you. I don't want him to see me. Is literally what I said. So I go over and I push the door and I dart back.
I think...
Nothing. So I go and I push the door harder, dart back. Nothing. So I go back into the hallway. He's gone. Gone. I'm like, where the fuck did he go?
You lucked out because you didn't have to juke him on the rooftop.
I'm like, where the fuck did he go? So I go through the waiting room, I grab the safe, and I go back out, and I'm in what I think is going to be a safe zone because no zombie has been in this area at all throughout the entirety of this game so far.
Except for Marvin.
Well, he hasn't changed yet.
Oh, he hadn't changed yet?
He hadn't turned yet. Oh, I was wrong.
Yeah. There was a big old undead dude coming after you.
I get down to the typewriter in the item box, and then I hear. I'm like, oh fuck, where is
That's
he?
much faster than he walks.
I'm like, where the fuck is he? And I spin around and I see him coming around the corner of the little medical screen, and I'm like, no! Take off running. It's just not fair. Like, just his existence is not fair.
I thought he added a good pressure to the game, and that was otherwise fairly slow, and you can kind of go at your own pace.
Yeah,
He then forced you to really think about what you needed to do next.
Yeah, where do you need to go? What's the fastest route to get there?
What's the slowest route to get there?
Safest route to get there?
Not necessarily the slowest.
Yeah.
Safest is not necessarily the slowest, but
Yeah.
what's the slowest route in case you need to get rid of him?
Yeah.
Which was where you had issues with
like
him
another
with the
instance,
library.
Like another instance, he chased me up to the stars room.
The one with the locked door, the locked gate?
Yeah. So I do what I need to do in the stars office, and I'm like, all right, so I need to go back downstairs. He is to the south, if you're looking at the map, the south side, the front of the building.
Mm-hmm.
That's where he was when I darted into the stars room. I'm like, yeah, I can hear the footsteps right outside the door. I'm like, all right, so wait till it sounds like they're going back to the left of the door. I'm going to dart out, and I'm going to go the long way down, back through the showers, and then down the stairs. So I do that. I go out, and I get into the showers, get down to where, and get through there. I don't hear him following me. I'm like, cool. Good. Go down the first flight of stairs, go to turn, and I'm looking ahead, and he comes up and around the corner of the stairs, and I'm like, you son of a... There is no way you got there in this amount of time. Fuck off. So I'm like, okay, supposedly, if you shoot him in the face, you stun him. So I shoot him in the face.
Oh, is this when you text me?
Yes.
Like, shoot him in the face. It's supposed to stun him. Shoot him in the face. It didn't stun him.
Shoot him in the face. Fuck you. It didn't work. To be fair, I find out later, you have to shoot him with the shotgun or the magnum in the face, and it stuns him. Not the regular handgun.
That's what I told you. The regular handgun is, you probably can. It just takes a lot more shots. I bet the submachine gun, it would take a lot of, quite a few bullets, but could probably take
Could probably do it too. I will
Grenades
say,
help
however, that first shot, I shot once. That first shot, I got the achievement of shooting his hat off his head. So there's that.
Yeah, Mr. X, not to be trifled with.
No.
Also, gross sewer things, not to be trifled with.
Yeah.
Very. That's the part I played through.
Yeah.
And I had your son helping me tell them no, stay away, or stay down.
Down.
Which was fucking great. Stay down, stay down, stay down, stay down, stay down, down, down.
Oh man. But
yeah, that was a pretty good time. So is there anything else you want to touch on before I go on my rant?
So there is one other thing.
Yeah.
I have not had this happen, but I have seen it pop up a lot. And this is prior to the patch, assumptively a patch that came out yesterday with the new free DLC. You can actually bug the game a little and end up with 2 Mr. X's chasing you at once.
Which sounds like you almost did have happen.
And I saw a hilarious YouTube video where this happens with the music from DMX, X Gon' Give It To You, playing over it. It was amazing. It was terrifying, but it was amazing. Because the guy, he's backed into the corner. You hear footsteps coming from the left of the hallway, and there's footsteps coming from the hallway in front of him, and he's looking back and forth. X comes around the corner on his left. He looks the other way because he hears the door bust open, and there's another X coming at him that way. And they both punched at the same time. He had nowhere to go.
I'm pretty sure it went up.
No, he went down.
I don't know. I saw one of the people I was watching play it. They glitched when they got punched by X one time and went flying down the hall like upside down. Like it was ridiculous.
But yeah, but I do like the fact that it's so. I mean, yeah, it's made by the same company. Yes, it's a remake, so the story's going to be pretty much the same. But there were subtle differences that I liked, but also hated. Because, playing through the original version of it, I'm like, all right, so I'm going to go in this hallway, and this is the first time I encounter a liquor. And I see the markings on the wall that I'm like, that's from a liquor claw, that's from a liquor claw, that happened.
Bloodstains, giant bloodstains on the wall.
Yeah, I know these things to look for. I know what liquors can do. And I get through the hallway, and the shadow doesn't go by the window. And I'm like, suddenly my nostalgia has suddenly turned into a sharp pain of paranoia.
Right. Where is he?
Where is it? It should have popped up by now. So I hated that, but at the same time, it
made it more
good.
interesting, though,
yeah,
right?
it was good.
You couldn't predict all the beats of it.
Yeah, even though I had already done this game before. So what's your gripe? Or your rant, I should say.
So, as you know, I played through your mid-boss fight.
Yep.
With the crane.
Yep.
And I would just like to say, big bosses, small arena, shoddy run cycles, not fun.
Yeah. Which is that ties back to how we open this.
Yeah. Dodge roll would have been nice. It wouldn't need to be speedy like a God of War dodge roll. I would honestly feel like it would fit even better as something like a you know how Monster Rancher, like all of your movements have to be calculated, otherwise you end up getting fucked. Yeah. Because you're stuck in the animation, and that's a point of like that's how they designed it.
Yeah.
I feel like something like that would have worked out well, especially for those boss fights.
Yeah.
Because these guys have huge attack swaths, and poor little Leon, poor little Claire have such a slow run to them. Like, as in danger as they are, adrenaline is not something they're aware of.
Yeah. You
and I feel like
have the adrenaline.
And I feel like it also like it fits in the sense of like in the animated movies that are in the same world.
Yeah.
They do dodge dives with shooting and stuff like that. They also, granted, throw motorcycles at motherfuckers. So, like, I understand there needs to be some distinct separation between the two.
Yeah.
Or let me throw motorcycles at people. I mean, that's fine too.
Well, I mean, they did in the later games.
They were clearly they were clearly going for some more horror than action.
Yeah.
Which because the series kind of became an action game.
Yeah. Which I feel like that was.
But I feel like they could have done the dodge roll in such a way that like it would have helped you in boss fights, but not really helped you against regular zombies.
Yeah, or the dogs or the lickers.
Right. Honestly, I didn't have much issue with those dogs. I killed them all before they got to me, except for the one I actually ran dodged.
Yeah.
And then turned around and shot it. I never remembered a quick turn button.
But I mean, like, yeah, I think 2 is the one was good as far as like horror feeling. But I think 2 is the best one with that feeling of horror. Now, if you want one that makes you feel helpless, if they were to remake Outbreak, those are the ones where you feel helpless.
I feel like they're not going to.
I don't see them doing
the best chance we'll have is it being DLC on something else.
I don't
like similar stories in DLC.
I don't see them doing something like that.
Do you think 3 is going to get remade? There's been talk of it.
Capcom has said if the fans want it, we'll do it. But there has also been rumors that they already started working on it before 2 came out, before they released 2.
Well, yeah,
they knew it was going to be a success.
Well, also Capcom in the Resident Evil series, especially, has started creating a game, get like 75% of the way through it, and then scrap it anyway.
Yeah.
So like they probably have no fear, one, that this was going to be successful, and that people are probably going to want a second one because because you know what you make, right?
Yeah.
Like, sure, if you don't fucking play it, you don't Bethesda. But if you do and you actually like get into like you know how the feel works, right? Like you might not get all the bugs because you know how it's supposed to play.
Yeah.
And that becomes an issue of like how bugs happen is because they're when people don't know how they're supposed to play.
Yeah, they
or
do
two,
something
they do
out
what
of
players
the-
do and do what the fuck they want.
Yeah.
And
They
that's where the
decide to
bugs
go
come
left
from.
instead of right.
That's how you end up with 2 Mr. X's coming after you.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. I forgot where I was going with this.
Referencing.
So
3.
so like them starting 3, the pre-production basically probably
Yeah.
is not surprising to me.
No, it's
They've
not for
probably
me either.
they've probably started pre-production on a lot of different games that never made it into production before.
Yeah. The one thing that I will say that I am terrified to watch in this new system that they made 4.7 and then used into
Oh yeah.
the RE system.
Yeah.
I am terrified at seeing the opening of 3 where Victor's, the Star's helicopter pilot, gets a tentacle through the face and lifted up while he's
Nemesis?
talking to Jill by Nemesis. Like, that's... ugh.
So is
Ugh.
so it, like in a very general sense, T virus as an infection basically makes zombies.
Yes.
G virus as the infection makes monsters out of people.
It mutates
It mu- right,
whatever they're
right.
stuck in.
But I mean, it sent like the dispersion there is zombies versus monsters.
Yeah, zombies versus mutants.
Right.
Whereas, like, the dogs, the Cerberuses, are T-virus.
Right.
That's
they're
why
not.
they're just missing
they're just
parts
zombies.
of them. They're zombified.
They're zombie dogs. But then you have Tyrant, which is a created T virus creature,
Yes.
and you have Lickers, which are a created T virus creature.
Yes.
Nemesis is a created T and G virus creature. Is that correct?
If I remember right, yes. He was
That's why he looks like he's missing parts and also has extra parts.
has extra parts. He is
Oh, did you?
he was basically created by Umbrella as a countermeasure to make sure none of the Stars members who had been in the mansion
But that's what the
survived.
tyrants were sent. Oh, in the mansion. Okay.
The people who survived the mansion, Barry.
Well, so Mr. X was one of 3. I read up on
Yeah.
this. Was one of 3 tyrants that were sent into Raccoon to make sure there was no survivors. Mr. X was specifically for Raccoon PD and Stars.
Yeah. Nemesis was sent for specifically the Stars.
Jill
for
and
Jill,
Chris.
Barry, Chris, and Rebecca.
Right. Okay.
And Victor's, the helicopter pilot who got them off the mansion. Victor's is actually trying to warn Jill because he found out about it. He's trying to warn Jill when he dies, and she sees Nemesis and is like, "Oh, bye."
So he was successful.
It-
in the wrong way.
In the wrong way, but yes. At this point, 3 and 2 take place kind of concurrently. 3 ends before 2 ends.
But don't they go to the police precinct in that?
Yes, Jill goes to the precinct before Leon and Claire
Oh,
get
it's before
into
they
town.
get there?
Yes.
So hold on. Why was Marvin still there? And that other dude who was running through the hallway. Was he in the original one? I don't think he was he?
Yeah.
He was?
Yeah. He just wasn't named. In this one, they gave him a name.
Oh. Yeah.
He was police
Good old
officer
Chuck.
1 or whatever.
Good old Chuck. Yeah, so I mean, I think we've expunged our things for 2. We could talk a little bit about our expectations for 3, maybe.
I have a feeling there's going to be more DLC for 2.
Oh, definitely.
And maybe they'll do some. Maybe the ghost stories are what's going to get as close to Outbreak as they're going to do. The only thing I don't want to see at any point in the future is in this new engine is the anatomically correct zombie elephant from Outbreak Fall 2. Please don't. Just please
speaking
don't.
of creatures, was the crocodile T or G?
He is T.
So it was already that big?
Yeah. He was an experiment that escaped the nest.
Oh, okay.
Just like Neptune in the Spencer Manson, who is
That's the shark.
The
right?
shark. Black. I can never remember its name. It's a giant spider.
Okay, we're done with that one.
And then Snarl.
I'm glad there was no birds
in
the police precinct.
Is the snake that's in the mansion. It's very, very big.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to a 3. It was a horror game that was playable in a way that I could actually play it.
Yeah.
Because I'm kind of a wuss when it comes to actually feeling like I'm in the circumstances by playing a game.
Yeah.
Maybe because it's third person. Maybe it's because it was fucking Leon. Because I played through all of 4.
Maybe.
And I really enjoyed 4.
4 is where.
Did you play through Leon's playthrough yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
I'm gonna do
at the end of that
B.
one is when you see Mr. X as Tyrant.
Yeah, I'm gonna do side B. Leon's side B.
Okay. I don't know how his ends. I know how Claire's side B ends, and I don't know if it's how the side A ends.
I know it. I don't remember from the original game. I don't remember.
Did Birkin come back at the end of Claire's story?
In the first one, yes. He is her final boss in the original game.
On the
I don't
train?
know if they on the train.
On the train.
On the train. You fight him, you kill him, and then decouple the car that his body was
That's what
in.
I was wondering. Because you get more story with Claire's ending than Leon's.
If I remember
Leon's
right.
ends in the train.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean,
Assumptively before that happens.
one of the other, I guess, naming gripes I'd have is Hunk's story in this is called The Fourth Survivor. And I'm like, no, he's the 5th. But to be fair, when this game first came out, you didn't know Ada survived. It's alluded to that Ada dies.
She survives?
So, you get...
Well, they do show you at the end of
Leon,
Leon's story, I think, that Ada is actually still alive, I think.
But you get Leon, Claire, Sherry, and then Hunk, the 4th survivor, and then...
Maybe Ada's the 5th survivor then. Maybe you're just looking at it wrong. Maybe you're counting the people in different order.
Maybe. A bunch of people love Hunk, and I'm like, okay, he was a really skilled Umbrella operative.
Yeah, so was Chris.
Sorry, that's all I got for Hunk.
Is that?
Yeah.
I mean, is that not make him cool? That kind of makes him cool. He's a skilled special operative. That means he's better than a regular special operative.
Look, he is something that
he was also team leader, wasn't he?
One of Kat's favorite games in the Resident Evil saga. She hates it, but it's also a game she really liked. Was Operation Raccoon,
where you play as Hunk.
You don't play as Hunk. You play as people trained by Hunk, which was the selling point of the game.
Here's the thing.
That game is fucking hard on the
They were in
difficulty.
the thick of the shit when it started, for G-Virus stuff at least.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's impressive that he made it out.
It is a little. I'm not.
It's impressive that any of these people made it out.
Look.
How many people,
I would expect one of them...
Look at the odds here. How many people died in Raccoon City, and how many people made it out of Raccoon City?
I'll be honest. Only one of them, 2 of them, I expected to have or 3 expected to have the ability to escape. And that would be Jill, Carlos, and Hunk. Leon, yeah, sure, he was a cop. That clearly didn't help anybody else. And it's not like he was starved. He was a beat cop.
He wasn't even a beat cop yet. He was just the newbie.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. I think in his story, his story is basically that he arrived at the right time and had the right luck at the right times throughout his story. And Ada.
As long as he doesn't get in a police car. Ada.
And Ada.
Yes.
And that's important because I think she did more helping him in the background than they ever show in the story.
Yeah. But I mean, Claire, she's just a college student. Yeah, sure. Her brother was a member of STARS and a former member of the Air Force.
I don't
Yeah.
know. The way her movements show that she was probably trained a little bit by her brother too.
Yeah, but at the same time, she's just a college kid. And yes, you can use the argument that Metal Gear Solid used. You put someone in an extraordinary situation, one of two things has happened. They die or they adapt.
Or they become an extraordinary person.
Yeah. Those are your options.
She's genetically predisposed to being a I forgot the words already.
Extraordinary
individual.
Strictly because her last name was Redfield.
Well, I was going to say because of the red jacket. I mean, look at Trigon. Look at Vincent from Final Fantasy.
One more. Come on, just give me one more.
Raceland. Red robes, bitch. Granted, she's the only one with a short jacket.
He did more of his interesting things as a black robe.
He did more of his learning how to do those things as a red robe.
But, I mean...
And honestly, like, it's... To be fair, he did the best thing he ever did in his death. Probably a red robe thing to do.
Yeah.
I could probably come up with other ones. I just can't at the moment.
Yeah. But yeah,
I have an affinity to red cloaked people.
All right, so something we actually started with the last shitty blah review. If you haven't already, buy it.
Yeah, play it.
It is worth it.
Support this. We need more of it.
Well, I suppose that's the end of the episode.
Please like, comment, follow, and share. And also, more importantly, thank you for listening.
Take care.
Bye.